We just want to welcome all of you tonight for our annual Mentors International Gala. I'm Bruce Huff. I'm your MC for tonight. That just shows you that we're on a budget. We don't overspend on these events. We want to make sure that it all goes to program. And I'm happy to be here as a member of the board of directors for Mentors International. Been involved in the predecessors of this organization and this organization for many years. It's a joy to be a part of an organization that is not only efficient, but extraordinarily effective. We're grateful to each of our sponsors, the donors, team members, and of course, each of you for spending the evening with us tonight. I'd like to start by saying a few thank yous as we begin tonight. First of all, we have a wonderful volunteer organization that helps with this gala. All those who have helped in this gala committee, we want to give acknowledgement to each of them for all that they have done. Thank you for all your hard work to put this beautiful event together for tonight. Now, all the costs for tonight's event are covered by our board of directors and our sponsors, and because of their support, 100% of your table purchases, your auction items, everything that you're contributing to our cause tonight will go specifically toward funding programs for Mentors International. So thank you very much, and give yourself a round of applause for that. Let me thank our sponsors now. Our Changing Lives sponsors are Amplify Communications and True. We have as our building community sponsors Gary and Kathy Free and S&B Smith Foundation. Our Caring Hearts sponsors are Grandeur Peak Funds, Sunrider International, the Richard and Nancy Marriott Foundation, and the George and Dolores Dore Eccles Foundation. And finally, as our helping hand sponsors, we have Impact HR and Big D Construction. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for your support that really helps us further the mission of Mentors International. And to those of you who have purchased tables tonight and all our current and past donors, thank you so very much for your commitment to support our mission. To those of you who are getting to know Mentors International for the first time, we are so glad you are here with us. Tonight you are going to hear about our mission to lift people from poverty towards self-reliance and prosperity. You'll notice cards on your tables that show the faces and some of the stories of the beneficiaries of your contributions and your donations and your support. We hope that these names and faces will help you feel a little more connected to the work that we do and what we're doing every day on the ground in each of the 15 countries where we serve. These people have families, dreams, hopes, and enormous potential. But they also have limitations because of circumstances most of the time outside of their control. The effects of poverty that hinder their growth and opportunities, and many of you have met them, or you have been to their countries and know that there are millions more like them. Our mission is more relevant and important than ever. I hope that as you learn about our programs, that you feel inspired to join us in this work that bridges the gap between desire and dreams from poverty to potential. As you will see and hear tonight, we have a talented, dedicated team, but none of it is possible without you. Please turn your attention for a few minutes to the big screens that we have here. We're going to be showing some visuals here. The work of Mentors International is a labor of love for many. Certainly for me and the board members, none of us would be involved with this. It wasn't something that we were passionate about, that we care about every day. And the same is true of our headquarters team, for all those who work in our country, directors and those who work in country in every field. We have the pleasure of working with truly dedicated and amazing people. We want you to hear a few brief messages directly from some of our country directors. These are the local leaders who make the magic happen every day. running our programs, leading teams of over 200 local mentors to change the lives of families in their communities.
Hi, this is Monica Cardoso from Cape Verde, Africa.
My name is Yamran Gong from Phnom Penh, Cambodia.
Soy Soran Vargas de Mérida, Yucatán, México.
My name is Eric Onyango from Nairobi, Kenya.
My name is Otonil Manley and I am from Honduras.
Soy Pío Quintero, director de país de Managua, Nicaragua.
My name is Lamek Chisale from Lilongwe, Malawi.
My name is Juan Camargo here from Bogotá, Colombia.
Mi nombre es Ralph Cabeza de Chiclayo, Perú.
Hi, this is Kanika. I'm from Cambodia.
This is Enyonam, living in Accra, Ghana.
This is Luis Fonseca from Puebla, Mexico.
Soy Ruth Martes, directora país desde Santo Domingo, República Dominicana.
Soy Darío Lorenzana de Mentors International, Guatemala.
I love working at Mentors because of the changes that we see in the lives of people every day.
I love being part of Mentors International family for the great programs that we run that alleviate poverty.
I love the program so much because it really can help a lot of people.
Because of the many families and individuals that I have witnessed being transformed from poverty to sustainable self-reliance.
Porque de esa forma puedo ayudar a muchas personas a salir de la pobreza hacia la autosuficiencia.
Me encanta trabajar para Mentors, porque a través de Mentors puedo bendecir la vida de los demás.
Porque he visto a miles de personas entrar como esta plantita. Ellos se han convertido en arbustos, en árboles grandes, donde han podido entonces sostener su familia.
Because it gives us an opportunity to strengthen the economy and support micro-entrepreneurs.
Mentors International has a noble mission.
Because we have bring hope to people's life.
Because it allows me to help and socially impact people. By creating new jobs, we change lives.
Because now people can be real self-reliant.
Soy feliz de ser parte del equipo de Mentor International y agradezco a nuestros donantes que hacen posible estos programas aquí en nuestros países.
Thank you to our donors who help us to make this possible.
And I want to take this opportunity to express my gratitude to every donor who is watching this for the wonderful support and contribution that you are making.
A ustedes, nuestros donantes, gracias por todo lo que hacen, por hacer posible nuestro trabajo.
Gracias a los donadores que hacen posible esta obra.
And I want to thank you for making this work possible and helping us out. Thanks.
No sería posible esta gran obra. Gracias por lo que hacen.
To our donors, I want to say thank you so much for making this work possible. Thank you.
And my special love goes to the donors in making this world a better place.
So thank you so much, donors, for all the resources and all the time that you have provided all these years so that this organization can operate well.
To all the donors, thank you so much for making this possible. You really have a lot of people.
To you, our donors, how grateful we are for your sacrifices and love. Thank you very much.
Muchísimas gracias a los donantes por ese gran esfuerzo que hacen, por el amor que tienen hacia sus semejantes.
Muchas gracias por lo que hacen. Muchas gracias.
And thank you so much from deep down of my heart to all of our donors because you have brought hope to my country. Thank you so much for that.
That's a pretty amazing group of people. Country directors for Mentors International. We love these country directors. You know, for over 30 years, Mentors International has been dedicated to the mission of guiding people on a path to greater self-reliance, with mentoring and one-on-one interactions as the foundation of each program. You know, personally, I've been involved with this organization and its predecessor entities for well over 15 years, maybe longer. And you know, part of it started with being a missionary, serving people in Central America. And I remember coming back and thinking, I would really love to do something for the people that I served in an ecclesiastical fashion, in a more temporal fashion. And it was, I think, because I got to live the way the people lived there. I lived in the same kind of building, home that they lived in. I ate the same food that they ate. I used the same transportation that they used. I didn't use transportation when there was no transportation, had to use my own. And that was a formative part of my life to say, those are people that I love, and how can I accompany them into greater self-reliance? And now to see these country directors, many of whom I've met personally and worked with, I just see what has happened with not only the growth of the organization in terms of its size and the number of countries with which we participate, but in the ability to serve these people in a way that isn't somebody from North America coming down with a solution, but rather working with local people, these directors who live there and have grown up there, to help them work with their fellow brothers and sisters and say, we can work together to make your lives better. People have asked me, why do you spend time worrying about people who aren't in our own country? Why are we doing this work overseas? We have lots of problems right here in the United States. And it's true, we do. But you know what is different? There are a lot of safety nets built into our country of the United States, which we can be grateful for. We have lots of organizations that are there to really help and support those who have no means. But in the countries where we're serving, those safety nets either don't exist or are so rare that their chances of coming into a self-reliant position are greatly minimized. The one thing that I love about what we do here, and even though we're not a religiously affiliated nonprofit, every member of this board of directors has the same passion in recognizing that we are all children of God. And as such, we have that great duty from the second commandment to love our neighbors. I will just say that my experiences with our organization in serving others has been one of the greatest joys of my life. I have taught often that if you want joy in life, that pathway is through service. And we all have our own means and methods of serving. Some can do it with their pocketbook. That's our treasure. Some can do it with their talent. That's their intellect and their innate abilities to make a difference. And sometimes it's just boots on the ground, just making sure we have enough people out there doing what I would say is God's work. Well, now you've heard enough from me. You are now going to hear from three of our leaders who will highlight our core programs that bridge the gap from poverty to prosperity and self-reliance. First, Mariano Perez, director of our Vocational Training Center in Nicaragua. Lucia Camino, global director of Financial Solutions, which is our micro-lending program. And Juan Camargo, country director in Colombia, talking about business training.
Good evening. My name is Mariano Perez. I am the director of our vocational training programs for mentors international in Nicaragua. Tonight, I want to share with you how our programs change lives, starting with part of my own story. I was born and grew up in Chinandega, Nicaragua. I come from a very poor family. I am one of 4 siblings, which meant that my mom really struggled to make ends meet with our family budgets. We couldn't afford plumbing or electricity, and we used well water every day for cooking and drinking. My father never completed elementary school. He struggled to maintain employment and only earned about $140 a month, working on and off as a security guard. My mother made sure we always went to school, even if it meant putting our books in plastic bags and walking in the mud and pouring rain without umbrellas. She wanted to make sure we knew that we couldn't afford to miss a single day of learning. She taught us that education was the only way to escape poverty. Education was expensive. Even studying public school cost more than we could afford. But it was so important to my parents that we usually skipped breakfast and just ate one meal a day of tortillas, rice, and bean, so that they could save the money to pay for tuition, school, uniforms, and other supplies. Because of my parents' sacrifice and commitment to education, my siblings and I have all graduated with university degrees. Education has transformed our lives and lifted out of poverty. Now I am dedicated to giving back and helping others break this cycle in the same way that my mother did for us. Since I joined Mentors International 10 years ago, I have seen how our programs transform lives. My job today at Mentors International allows me to empower others to begin their journeys to self-reliance and break that cycle of poverty. When one person can get an education that leads to stable employment, it can create ripple effects for future generations. For example, listen to Jose, who was one of my English students.
Hello everyone, my name is Jose and I would like to share with you a little bit about my story. Before Mentoring International, I didn't have any job opportunity, but after Mentoring International, I was able to get my first job in a call center. Right now, I am working at Found Lever as a technical support advisor, and my goal is to get a new position in this job. I would like to have a position in the workforce management area, and my dreams in life are to finish my university degree, build my career path, and travel around the world. Thank you.
This is the power of our educational programs. Practical skill-based education paired with mentors can unlock amazing opportunities to grow, stable employment, provide people with security, dignity, and a path toward prosperity. Thank you for supporting this cause. There are many more people in my country, not so different from Jose or me. And at Mentors International, we have the tools to help them lift themselves out of poverty. It is a privilege to work on this mission with you. Thank you.
Back a few years ago, a few years ago, I was working in Mexico in one of the largest micro-lending companies over there. Just in Mexico alone, with over 800,000 customers, active customers, dispersing probably 300 million US dollars a year in loans. One summer, a new manager from the headquarters in the UK joined the company. And as part of the general introductions, they went to visit countries, and she came to Mexico. I decided to join her, and we went out to the field to deliver loans. Delivering loans is always a very happy activity. Everyone wants to receive money, unlike collecting, obviously. I remember that day, we met with a loan agent not very far from our office. And we met this new client. And I remember her name. Her name was Maria. But the reason I remember her is because we probably had to walk probably a mile to get to her house. The car couldn't reach the house because of the way that the zone was in there. We got there, knocked the door. She opens it, and you could spot right away that she and her family had very little opportunity. She lived with her children, her grandchildren, small house. And what she did for a living was she showed us a small table outside her house with a few snacks, an old rack with a few other products. And that's what she did for a living. And we went to deliver a loan. She wanted to buy more products, and obviously she was sure she was going to change her life with that. Her economics would improve with that loan. When you are there, you positively say, yes, you are convinced, you are helping, and you are supporting these people in need. She also shared with us that when she was young, she had to drop out from school. She did only until elementary school, and she just left because obviously she had to work. Few months later, this new manager, I was over the phone with her. We were talking probably budgets. I was the CFO. And she just, out of the blue, she just asked me, Lucian, how is this client Maria doing? What happened to her life? And that's when something clicked on me and said, I had to answer, I don't know. I don't know. We went to visit her, and I don't know what happened to Maria after receiving the loan. I even looked into our system, into our software, and obviously there are no metrics of what happens to people after receiving a microfinance loan and all the people that we help. Did her life change? Don't know. Did her business improve? I don't know. Her grandchildren are better off. They are able to go to school. Don't know. She didn't want, well, I looked into the software and she was not able to pay the loan. So she was delinquent. She was, she couldn't afford to pay us back. And when you reflect on that, it's not really their fault. What people like Maria was missing, she was missing education, she was missing knowledge, she had no one who guide her, who teach her, a companionship, no one who could walk with her through her new economics by receiving a new loan, a microfinance loan. And all these characteristics describe mentors, a mentor. About a year ago, I came across Mentors International, and I wanted to be part of this organization because precisely that missing piece is what Mentors International has in its microlending programs. There is a genuine team of mentors alongside the capital that we provide, teaching and going together with the people that we serve. And that's really powerful because that's how really can, how people can lift out of poverty. And that's really, really powerful. After 20 years of being in the industry, I do believe this is the right path, and my personal quest on this is eliminating the I don't knows. I want to know what happens to people afterwards. And going through this path with mentors, I know that on average, the people that we mentor increase their income. On average, the people that we mentor start their savings or they increase their savings. And I know that these mentors teach these people not to get over indebted and how to thrive their small businesses, and actually their debt decreases by the end of the mentoring programs. So more than words, join me in listening a short testimonial from Zakaria. She is from Ghana, Africa. She's a recipient of a loan and mentoring programs with us.
boona Alima Zakaria Alima and ye builna. Nda kwahala nema biela biela. Table zoka nda kwahala nema ma. Nda kwahala nema ma ra ba to chem to. Kamato sagana nam tayina. Nta so nta leta bangsam. Man ta la walanna. Ata walnira. Yihra biela biela. Ti ko wal nema ma na ra kwahala nda kwahala ma table zo. Ama saha wan pamela shitwa azara. Kwahala la nema ma kwahala banyura ban shaka mu kwaharma. To ama la nema ma yi na la so han shel ban so han tamara ban nang ma fa mi na ngbala shira. No ba shila ta nda kwahala nema ma biela ka ta nang la table zo. Ti gbanne ama saha wan yi pamela shitwa azara. La ma ba yerna shem. Saha wan na pa nang ban pa karata leta la bangsam ma. Saha wan la nema ma ta changla tuni. So ai ku kwahi la ba yarma no kwahala yi ku kwahle dare yan yarna biela ka ta mel dar be shukur ne ma ka mel so har ta be ka gula shedi ayen nan ka san so ai san la arma san so bi ta kara ka san bu ka ci ala nyora san biela ke ta dara ne ma mbo da san chan tu ne bo nan pa shela mbo nan ba so hate ka nem mel shelma karata Gala ka so kan bang na kama tan da twela ban man mara pala wahan yale zan ta tamman ba an bo nan zo pa ka shitu ma dan ba shana ni ma na biya dan na kar chang tu ma an bo nan ni ma chang la tu na ka so kan ba bang zan tabla burma nan sa ka ba bang na kama ma to sagana nan leta bang sam ka so kan panya ka so han ma chang tu ne dan so an bo nan la ni ma nang la bang shel ban letma la bang ma ta kwala bang ma ka so kam ta bang na kama bang shel ban da letma fa na bang ka bra letma an zang la pang mang na pogo non pogo za nan zang ta ma to sagana na ma na ba pang ba ya an pogo ba ka pa ba ban zang afa na shel bang shel kana ta letmo.
Hello, ngini mbone iti Alima manya Zakaria Alima mara ko harla ne ma samban inko bi hawo o men metros gana ni nan patel taba o panye shi a nzele ko hara inko bi hago ma pa zel tipe o metros gana ni nan patel taba inko to pay o panyar chenji be nlere inti zobe na shi ko zen yaranga ata panya ngwar ben yar shanga pasona metros gana na ampuya ko pay.
This is powerful. This is a hand up. This is someone going from a table to a shop into sustainable self-reliance. And all this is thanks to you. Thanks for being here tonight. Thank you for your generous support. And together, let's continue changing lives. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Juan Camargo. I'm the country manager of Mentors here in Colombia. I would love to tell you a little bit about my story. I am the son of necessity entrepreneurs. My father inherited a carpentry shop from my grandfather before I was born, and he tried throughout his whole life to grow this small business without any formal education. My mother sold food plants to students who rented rooms in the rundown house where we lived when I was a little kid. I remember seeing her work 18-hour days trying to support our family. Witnessing their sacrifices gave me this sense of empathy and a desire to help other micro-entrepreneurs. Their entrepreneurial journey was full of many challenges, and I witnessed them when I was growing up. My father passed away when I was 12 years old, leaving big outstanding debts to be paid. And my mother had to file for bankruptcy because she couldn't sustain her business. She had taken big loans and she was not able to pay them anymore. At age 14, my mother decided to emigrate to the United States to be able to provide for my brother and me. My brother was just 19 years old. We stayed behind, and it's just now that I'm understanding how desperate she must have been and how tough this time was for her, that she made many sacrifices for my brother and me to be well. I was called to serve a full-time mission in North Carolina, beautiful North Carolina. when I was 18 years old. During my time in North Carolina, I met many families, many Latin American families who had migrated to the United States, similar to my mother, to provide a better livelihood for their children. These families did whatever they could to be able to provide a better future for these little kids. Many of them would start businesses and they would see them fail because they did not have resources, education, financial literacy to thrive in these businesses. This made me and motivated me to dedicate myself and my efforts to helping micro entrepreneurs and to look for ways to solve problems for micro entrepreneurs across the Latin American region. I attended BYU with the purpose of finding these solutions for micro entrepreneurs. During my time at BYU, I got engaged with a lot of social issues, trying to improve the livelihoods of people in Latin America. And there I connected with our organization and found a passion, an even deeper passion, for supporting micro entrepreneurs. That's why I decided to come to Latin America, to Colombia, to work with mentors, even though I had better paying opportunities available in the United States market. For the last 4 years, I have seen how our programs transform the lives of thousands of micro entrepreneurs like my parents in Colombia. Today, I lead a team of 80 full-time mentors and a staff of 95. This amazing team is doing over 7,000 training sessions each month. This year alone, we have enrolled over 7,000 micro entrepreneurs in our programs, and we expect to enroll 3,000 more over the next couple of months. For 2024, we expect to enroll and graduate about 12,000 micro enterprises. This reach is very, very exciting and important, taking into consideration that for every 3 businesses that we train, about one new job in the economy is created. This is exciting. We recently graduated a company named Javalva, and I would love for you to listen to their experience in their program.
Cuando vos nos conociste éramos 3, estábamos Yania, estaba Juanda, estaba yo, ya somos 9 personas. O sea, 10 como Paola. Y Yolima. Yolima es la contadora, ella también es parte de la familia de Alba. O sea que las cosas han cambiado mucho por acá, hemos crecido afortunadamente. De corazón, hombre, te quiero dar mucho las gracias. La última vez que nos vimos, te dije que la verdad te agradecía por todo lo que habías hecho por nosotros y sobre todo por mostrar un compromiso real por lo que querías hacer.
Por la paciencia, gracias por la paciencia, porque a veces no tenía tiempo para reuniones y él acomodaba como pudiera. O sea, realmente se siente tu amor y tu vocación.
In this video, you can see the power of the connection between the mentor and the entrepreneur and how the program has directly influenced the results of this business and even their financial stability. They have been able to create new employment, new jobs in the market, and as well they have been able to grow financially as a company. Because of my life journey, the work we do is very important and personal to me. No mother should be forced to leave her children behind or her home country to provide better opportunities for her family. I'm very grateful for the work we're doing and for the impact we're having with my fellow Colombians. And I'm excited for the results we will see in the future in these many businesses that are receiving training through our programs. Thank you for being here tonight and for supporting this great cause. There are many families who still need our support and still need us to give them training programs. And I'm excited for what's coming in the future. We are really making a difference in Latin America, Africa, Asia, and all the countries where we operate. And I'm excited for the results that are coming in the future.
What great stories. They're not just heartwarming, they are the truth of what is being accomplished throughout these countries where we serve. And it's exciting to be a part of it. And I hope you're feeling a little bit of that excitement. I hope you're feeling that this is an opportunity where everyone can make a difference. We want to thank Mariano, Lucia, Juan. Tonight we have an amazing guest performer, the talented Lexi Walker, a gifted and versatile singer who has captivated audiences with her mesmerizing voice and magnetic stage presence from a very young age. With her deep passion for music, Lexi has a wide repertoire that spans from classical to contemporary. She hopes her music will uplift and inspire listeners of all ages and leave an impression on the hearts of every audience. Tonight, she will be sharing her vocal talents and some of her experiences traveling to see Mentors International operations in Mexico. Join me in welcoming Lexi Walker.
Sometimes in our lives, we all have things, we all have sorrow. But if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. So please swallow your pride. If we have things we need to borrow, for no one can fill those of your needs that you won't let show. So just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. You just might have a problem that you'll understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for no one can fill those of your needs that you won't let show. So just call on me, brother, when you need a hand, 'cause we all need somebody to lean on. You just might have a problem that you'll understand, 'cause we all need somebody to lean on. If there is a load that you have to bear, that you can't carry, I'm right on the road. I'll share your load if you just call me, call me, call me, call me, call me, call and lean on me.
Yeah, I just feel like that song really embodies a lot of what I saw when I had the opportunity to go to Merida, Mexico, and witness the work of Mentors International. And I think they introduced me, but hi, I'm Lexi, by the way. And this is Stephen Nelson on the piano, and he's incredible. So thanks for being here. It was a privilege to have the experience that I did, to see the beautiful people that Mentors gets to help. I got to meet a lot of people that were on the receiving end of the work that Mentors does, and I also got to interact with and get to know the mentors themselves and the people who taught courses. And some of the people that come to mind, there were two sisters, Laura and Maricela, who ran a little shop in a poor neighborhood, and they were able to get this shop up and running where they would manufacture and hand paint and glaze and sell these beautiful clay pots and little sculptures to serve as decoration for their community. And it was really cool to see their whole family coming together in a joint effort to make this endeavor possible. You could see while you're there so many potential obstacles to their success and so many opportunities for somebody to rightly feel just aggravated and be like, you know what, I'm gonna give up. I know if I were in their position, I would have stopped long before they did. But I got to see how effective the mentorship program and that relationship is in giving them the tools and the hope, providing them with a vision that allows them to keep moving forward. I also got to meet a student named Mary who was able to get her very first job because of the mentorship that Mentors International provides. I also got to go one early morning to a farm owned by a woman named Jessica, and we planted some fruit trees on this kind of rough land that was government allocated that seemed unworkable, but she's making it work, and I got to kind of see a little bit of that process. It was a pocket of the world that I was able to see that I otherwise would never have known about. And I think living in a world of noise, it can seem like our individual experiences or the experiences of those that Mentors helps are small or insignificant compared to the noise. But Mentors empowers people to break generational cycles and also to have their own voices heard. Even though they might be considered small by some, but they are not small. They are powerful, and we can all come together to amplify them. This is a song I wrote called Tiny Voice. Are you listening, or are you looking away? I've been waiting for a chance to say my unsaid opinion that's never made a sound. But if you let me let it out, this tiny voice, it may not be perfect, but I know that it's got some good things to say. A tiny voice, humble and quiet, don't turn away from a tiny voice. Within the static, it's drowning in the loud. Oh, it's so easy to tune it out. The more you overlook it and miss it day by day,
tiny voice. I know I'm not done now. I'm letting it stand out a bit at a time. This tiny voice, and who would have figured that I could grow bigger, louder and stronger, till you can It's got some good things to say. A tiny voice, humble and quiet. Don't turn away. Don't turn away from a tiny voice. Hear my voice. You know, Steven Nelson wrote that song with me, so thanks for your help on that. So, in partnership with LDS Charities, Mentors International was able to be a part of the Light the World campaign and was included in the Giving Machines. They contributed to the Giving Machines last year. And one of the things that they contributed were these colorful bits of thread. And that thread was then given to these wonderful women in a small Mayan village who I was able to go see. And they took that thread and they were able to make these beautiful hammocks. And you can actually see one that we bought while in Merida over there. And you can check that out. But they were taught by some mentors at Mentors International how to put the hammocks together, and then they would start experimenting with new little patterns and become artists in their own right. And then they would move on to smaller chairs that they could make that were more cost-effective and that were easier and quicker to make. A hammock takes about a week, and then they became more proficient and they could make it a little bit quicker. But that small little town has just such a high demand for these hammocks now. And they have so many orders that they can't even get to them all. Business is just booming for them. And mentors also provided them with these classes on how to be a little bit more business savvy and organize themselves in a way that's really conducive to growth. And they're just thriving. And they're becoming more proficient in teaching their sisters and their grandmothers and their daughters how to do this as well. And every single product, like a hammock or a chair, changes their life. And there's so much pride that goes into this one thing that they're making, and it's them. It's not some handout. They are making a new life, and they are changing the landscape of their community, and it's so beautiful to watch. Their transformation is really profound. And I love that Mentors empowers them and their future generations by the education that they give them. And they lift people out of poverty, which was all they were able to know beforehand. And they give them this chance to learn more, to do more. And they can find that prosperity over the rainbow, so to speak. When all the world is a hopeless jumble and the raindrops tumble all around, heaven opens a magic lane. When all the clouds darken up the skyway, there's a rainbow
to a place beyond the sun, and just a step behind the rain. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me. Where troubles melt like lemon drops, way above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Birds fly over the rainbow, then why, then why can't if happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh, why can't Thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful night.
Lexi Walker. And Lexi, you really rocked that braided pony down in Mexico. And Steve Anderson, you may have recognized Nelson. Nelson, you might have recognized as the pianist for Gentry, who was joined us last year. And there's not a better composer, accompanist, and pianist out there. He's tremendous. So thank you to Steve and Lexi tonight. Thank you for letting me MC tonight. It's been a pleasure for a cause I believe in and that I'm passionate about and that I love. And I love the people that I get to associate with. We have just a tremendous board of directors. And can I just say, as I introduce the final presenter of the evening, that we have had a remarkable organizing events over the last 7 or 8 years of bringing different organizations together to create what we have here today. And one of the great benefits of this, besides efficiencies and effectiveness, is the fact that we have been able to bring on board top flight, world-class professional management in this organization. Something that anyone who gives to this organization can feel confident and proud that the resources are being not just judiciously managed, but that they are sacred funds being utilized to the greater good. Now, to close the evening, we'll be honored to hear from our CEO of Mentors International, Peter Sturgeon. And as I mentioned, we have just a terrific management team. Peter?
Picture the last time you were able to visit a developing country. Cobblestone roads, thick tropical humidity, dirt floors, tin roofs. Now picture a woman in her mid-20s with dark hair and brown eyes and a confident smile. Her enthusiasm and confidence doesn't seem to match the poverty that's all around her. This is a description of a woman who I met in Paraguay in 2017. Her name is Griselda. And Griselda had her life transformed through a mentor and a new job. You see, what she told me is that she wasn't always this way. 2 years earlier, she had been deeply depressed and painfully shy. She was worried to talk to anyone. She was struggling with poverty. What transformed her life? A mentor. A mentor and a job opportunity. And then she did the work. She seized that opportunity. She got braces. She saved her money. She wanted to be more confident. And it transformed her life. I remember being on the flight home from Paraguay just thinking about this experience with Griselda and how amazing it was to see the way that she beamed about the changes in her life. The work that we do is so personal. As I look back on my own life, I have had mentors at every step of my journey. When my parents got divorced when I was 13, I was totally confused. And I had several of my friends' parents who took me under their wing and gave me direction. When I was at BYU, I had a mentor who gave me counsel that changed the entire trajectory of my career. This probably resonates with a lot of you, because most of you have probably had a mentor in your life, or many of them. People who helped you to solve problems, people who gave you a new vision and a perspective for where you could go, someone who gave you tools to deal with difficulties that you had. This is what we all need. I believe everyone needs a mentor. My wife and I have both spent time in India and Latin America doing service. These experiences have permanently changed our perspective. Like each of you, we have decided that the status quo doesn't work. Like each of you, we have decided that the deepest meaning that we have found in our lives comes when we are helping other people reach their full potential. Tonight, we're here to celebrate the impact that a mentor can have in the lives of those who need it the absolute most. This has been a great night. I want to thank our Gala committee and our headquarters team. Sarah and Gayleen and Epi, you've done an amazing job. And your families, and many more. Thank you, Lexi and Stephen. That was beautiful. Thank you to our generous sponsors, our dedicated board members who volunteer their time, and to our incredible team at headquarters and around the world. If I had more time, I would thank so many of you, but I'm the last speaker and we all want to get out of here, I'm sure. But I do want to specifically recognize one couple who's here as a special guest tonight, David and Catherine Moon. Would you stand? They're going to hate that I'm doing this. After seeing firsthand the depths of poverty in Cambodia, where they served as mission leaders, they built the Cambodia Job Foundation, which now serves over 1,500 families a year in Cambodia. We've entered a partnership with them, and we're thrilled about it, to expand and multiply our mission in Cambodia by working hand in hand with them. The Moons are great mentors, and they're great examples. Thank you for being here and for all you've done. Across our 15 countries, we work with some of the most resourceful people you will ever meet. They're hardworking, they're creative, they're smart, they're gritty. They don't need a handout. They need a mentor. They need someone who will teach, help them to understand, to get a perspective that they've never seen, because nobody in their community has broken out of these cycles before. That is what each of you make possible. Thank you for your dedication to helping God's children reach their potential. You inspire me because you're each change makers. We're so grateful to partner with you in this important mission that we work on. Our team at Mentors International is committed to being careful stewards of your donations. You can count on us to be focused on our mission completely, frugal and transparent with our expenditures, and obsessive in our goal to get better every day so that we can serve more people. Together, we can create lasting change for many thousands of people. For example, through your generosity tonight, we've raised enough money to fund 35 full-time mentors. Those 35 full-time mentors in the next year will serve over 2,000 businesses, job seekers, and families. Those are people just like Griselda, who will have new hope to realize their potential in this world. And the ripple effect goes far beyond those individuals. Griselda has a family, employees, and even future generations. The impact of tonight will go far beyond those initial 2,000 people. I hope, amid the connection and the fun of the night, that you've got a small glimpse of the meaning that comes from this wonderful work of mentorship. I hope that you will feel a desire to get involved. We need all the help we can get. And I hope that as you leave tonight, you will find one of our board members or team members, and let's talk, and let's schedule a time that we can meet to figure out how you can get involved in this important work, because everybody needs a mentor. Thank you and have a great night.
Gracias.
Thank you, Mentors International. Mentors.
Gracias, Mentors.
Thank you, Mentors.
Gracias.
Y Candela.
Gracias, Mentors.
I wanted to thank Mentor International.
Thank you for Mentor International. You are helping us a lot. We thank you very much.